Papa Squat, coming at ya. How's it going, everybody? It's Sunday evening. I spent the day playing some Magic at a friend's, so that was cool. I also got a haircut, so I look stunning. I know, you don't have to compliment me. And I have a recommendation from someone. I didn't pay attention. I opened up a bunch of different tabs that people had recommended because I hadn't gone through and done that lately. But this is Immortal Technique, is the guy's name. He's a Peruvian American, which is pretty cool. You don't often hear those two words next to each other. And much like King Lil G, this is a guy who came up, I assume, from, a normal background. Obviously had a passion for rap and music, and funded his first album using money from winning rap battles, which is fantastic. So this is like coming up from, from nothing as far as I know, right? Like he had, that's what he used the money for, to build his career. This song is from 2003. I think it's off of his second album, and sounds really cool. The very beginning of it, really, really neat. It has some. I'm not a particularly good drummer, but I was a drummer in high school, and so I recognize good drumming, and I pay attention to the beat. And there's some really interesting stuff happening with the beat in this song right in the beginning. I don't really have anything else to say other than also, like King Lil G, this guy is maintaining control of all of his creations and is not working with other record labels, the big labels. He's doing it all on his own and with his own label, I think. And again, respect the hell out of that. And it's a lot harder to do, certainly much easier than it used to be with the advent of the internet and all that sort of good stuff. But then you're just one tiny fish in a gigantic ocean, so there's still a lot of challenges there. So anyway, I'm happy to promote this, and I believe he's still making music. There is a Wikipedia page about Immortal Technique. I read a bit of it, and I didn't see anything. I think he's still around. I think he's like 43 years old. And let's jump into this, because the beginning of it sounds really cool. There's like just pay attention to the beat, and where the I'll say drum hits are coming, but it's really pretty cool. It sounds great. He's also very left-leaning, so I'm down for that, because I'm bleeding heart liberal, and it's very angry, and I can also get into that because liberals don't have to always be nice. That's just garbage. So let's dive in. It's just about 6 minutes long, and like I said, I really like the first few seconds of it, so I'm hoping this turns out really good. Oh, it's going to show us all the lyrics. Do you hear that drum?
Immortal Technique. Revolutionary Volume 2.
So it's really hard as a drummer to hit those off beats, and whoever is doing the drumming or whoever did the production on this, because I think it's generated, computer generated, it's really well done. It's very, very cool to hear kind of the one and beats. It's not specifically on the 1, 2, 3, 4. It's great.
Yeah, broadcasting live from Harlem, New York. Let the truth be known. You better watch what the fuck flies out of your mouth, or I'ma hijack a plane and fly it into your house. Burn your apartment with your family tied to the couch and slit your throat so when you scream, only blood comes out. I doubt that there could ever be a more wicked MC, cause AIDS-infested child molesters are even sicker than me. I see the world for what it is, beyond the white and the black. The way the government downplays historical facts, cause the United States sponsored the rise of the Third Reich.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this United States sponsoring the rise of the Third Reich, but certainly we're still talking about the last thing he said. Jeez, that distracted me. The way the government downplays historical facts. Well, now we have wonderful people who want to downplay historical facts because they're uncomfortable to deal with. Hey, guess what? We used to have slaves. That's kind of our fault, our problem. If you don't want to teach your kids that, you're an idiot because you're not telling them the truth about your country.
Just like the CIA trained terrorists how to fight, build bombs and sneak box cutters onto a flight. When I was a child, the devil himself brought me a mic, but I refused to offer, cause God sent me to strike. With skills unused like fallopian tubes on a dike, my words will expose George Bush and Bin Laden as two separate parts of the same seven-headed dragon.
So this is 2003, and if you're not my age or, within 10, 15 years either way, this was just a couple of years after 9/11, and we had gone into war based completely on lies, and so I'm totally with them on this stuff. It's garbage.
And you can't fathom the truth, so you don't hear me. You think Illuminati's just a fucking conspiracy theory? That's why conservative racists are all running shit. And your phone is tapped by the federal government. So I'm jamming frequencies in your brain when you speak to me. Technique, a rip a rapper to pieces indecently. Pack weapons illegally, cause I'm never hesitant. Sniper scoping up commission, controlling the president.
Oh, I like that scratch.
Father, forgive them, for they don't know right from wrong. The truth is set you free, written down in a song. And the song has the cause of death written in cold. The word of God brought to light that'll save your soul. Save your soul, motherfucker. Save your soul. Yeah. I hacked the Pentagon for self-incriminating evidence of Republican manufactured white powder pestilence. Marine Corps flak vest with the guns and ammo, spitting bars like a demon stuck inside a piano. Turn a Sambo into a soldier with just one line. So here's the truth about the system that'll fuck up your mind. They gave Al-Qaeda $6 billion in 1989 to 1992, and now the last chapters of Revelations are coming true. And I know a lot of people find it hard to swallow this, cause subliminal bigotry makes you hate my politics, but you act like America wouldn't destroy 2 buildings in a country that was sponsoring bombs dropped on our children. I was watching the towers, and though I wasn't the closest, I saw them crumble to the earth like they were full of explosives. And they thought nobody noticed the news report that they did about the bombs planted on the George Washington Bridge. 4 non-Arabs arrested during the emergency, and then it disappeared from the news permanently. They dubbed the tape of Osama, and they said it was proof. Jealous of our freedom, I can't believe you bought that excuse. Rocking a motherfucking flag don't make you a hero. Word to ground zero, the devil crept into heaven. God overslept on the 7th. The new world order was born on September 11th.
So I feel like I have to comment on what sounds like him buying into a lot of conspiracy BS that I just don't agree with. It's garbage. There's absolutely stuff that the government does that is bad, wrong, monitoring phones, all that sort of good stuff, supplying weapons and money to terrorists overseas to weaken other nations and things like that, but blowing up our own buildings and thousands of people is not one of the things that our government would do. So that's garbage. If you disagree, I don't want to hear about it. It's stupid.
Father, forgive them, for they don't know right from wrong. The truth is set you free, written down in a song. And the song has the cause of death written in cold. The word of God brought to light that'll save your soul. Save your soul, motherfucker. Save your soul. And just so conservatives don't take it to heart, I don't think Bush did it, cause he isn't that smart.
He's not.
Just a stupid puppet taking orders on his cell phone from the same people that sabotaged Senator Wellstone. The military industry got it popping and locking, looking for a way to justify the Wolfowitz doctrine. And as a matter of fact, Rumsfeld, now that I think back, without 9/11, you couldn't have a war in Iraq or a defense budget of world conquest proportions, kill freedom of speech and revoke the right to abortion, tax cut extortion, a blessing to the wealthy and wicked. But you still have to answer to the Armageddon you scripted. And Dick Cheney, you fucking leech, tell them your plans about building your pipelines through Afghanistan and how Israeli troops train the Taliban in Pakistan. You might have some house niggas fooled, but I understand colonialism is sponsored by corporations. That's why Halliburton gets paid to rebuild nations. Tell me the truth, I don't scare into paralysis. I know the CIA saw Bin Laden on dialysis in 98 when he was top 10 for the FBI. Government ties is really why the government lies. Read it yourself instead of asking the government why, cause then the cause of death, the cause the propaganda to die.
Yeah, so there's some really good stuff in there that is absolutely true. Unfortunately, mixed in with a bunch of stuff that is just completely too far out there for me to buy into. But his delivery is fantastic and completely perfect for what he's doing. It's very aggressive, like it's very and when I say aggressive, it's the lyrics, the way he's delivering them are very powerful, and you can hear like the start of the word is much harsher than the rest of the word, and that's because he's trying to get across to us. I mean, I'm doing it right now talking, right? Like he's trying to do, that's exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to kind of make you pay attention with the power of his voice and give it that sort of impact that he wants it to have, and it's really well done. And I can disagree with some of the things he says and agree with other things that he says, and still think it's really a well-made song. And that music in the background, I could listen to that for a long time. It's really, really good. I don't know if he sampled anything for it, but it sounds just so great. It's kind of again like a nice driving beat, but it has a little bit of syncopation, or like hitting off notes or off the beat, which also really musically reinforces this idea of like something is wrong, right? It really, really well done, and yeah, very good song. Not one of my favorite songs because I think there's some insane talk in there, but doesn't matter to the overall enjoyment of the song. So thanks for the recommendation. I did see, by the way, it's been a while, I got a recommendation from Hip Hop Rap Storage, so I will get to that very soon. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've got a bunch of stuff that I'll be putting up in the next few days, and I've got people have sent in a ton of stuff for SPM and King Lil G, and I will get to that. I want to space them out because I don't want to do a whole bunch of stuff in a row. So if you've got something to say, unless you're going to tell me the U.S. killed people on 9/11, I don't want to hear it. That's garbage. It's stupid. But let me know what you thought of this. And yeah, there you go. Have a good night. Have a good week. I hope it is enjoyable. There's been some weather around here, which has been fun, and some friends in Oklahoma had some huge chunks of hail, which was interesting, along with tornadoes. But yeah, hope everybody's okay, and have a good week. Papa Squat, checking out. Please like, subscribe, and share. Hey, we're up to 260. Thanks again.